See, the achievements and accomplishments are something that lets me know, that lets anybody know that something is getting done. The money that's being sent to people that claim to be doing so much for us would be justified. We should have been able to remember several achievements and accomplishments that's coming from Tariq Nasheed, that's coming from Brother Polite, that's coming from any one of these people that I call frauds. See, because there are no achievements and there are no accomplishments. The only thing that they have accomplished, the only thing that they have managed to accomplish is taking your money and having you feel glad about it. Just as if they have did so much, but you can't call out what they have did. You're just glad to be a part of the bandwagon. I warned you about this bandwagon jumping. See, the whole point of somebody making a decision to rock with Tariq Nasheed or Tommy Sotomayor is not based on their achievements. It's based upon how many people is on the bandwagon today. So a newcomer would come and say, let's see, Tariq Nasheed has 15,000 subscribers. Tommy Sotomayor has 20,000 subscribers. You know what? I'm rolling with Tommy today. Their decision is based upon the amount of people that have made this same decision based upon what? The amount of people. Notice, it has nothing to do with accomplishments nor achievements. Something is wrong with this. There should be achievements. There should be accomplishments. Don't tell me about black businesses, okay? Because these black businesses that's forming every day, they're not changing anything. The majority of us, we are poor. So poor that we are living from paycheck to paycheck. Those of us that have jobs, the majority of us out of that group don't even have jobs. So what are they living on? Pretty much the government is taking care of them. Or they're having to do something illegal to make ends meet. And still, they're not out of the hole that they have dug themselves in because of lack thereof, whether it's jobs, government support, or support from our own people. We are in a state of emergency right now. We could really, if President Trump was a real president, he would make a grand announcement, the first of its kind, and he would declare a state of emergency because there are so many people that can't eat every day. Isn't that an emergency? Isn't that something that should be priority? People are dying, and we're not even paying attention enough to realize that people are dying. I have to tell you about these things, and then it enters your thought process. But guess what? Some of you can hear it, and then the next minute, it's gone. You do nothing about it. You go on about your day, about your routine, and you completely forget about these people whom will be dead by tomorrow because of a lack of resources that they should have. These resources should come from people like Tariq Nasheed and Brother Polite and Umar Johnson. I'm not saying all of it, but I'm saying, you have collected millions of dollars. Not one of those dollars has went toward helping people in emergency situations. Now, don't come after the fact on a fucking YouTube video and say, oh, well, keyboard don't know what I'm doing. I did this and I did that. Because if that were true, why didn't you say so before now? Why did I have to force you to say something like that? Which is a total lie. It would be a total lie. This whole AdSense thing is the biggest contradiction that I've ever seen in my life. I keep talking about it because it's bigger than what you want to make it. You want to try to make it a little small thing because they want you to make it something small. They would rather you not even mention it at all. It's the biggest contradiction to date. How can you receive a check from the same people that you claim to hate, Tariq Nasheed? You claim to hate these people, and you're so passionate about it. Oh, I hate these people because of this, and I hate these people because of that, and they're doing sneak shit like this, and they're doing sneak shit like that. And then, a couple of days later, you're waiting on the check to come through your checking account or the mailbox in check form from the same people that you claim to hate. Jesus Christ. Come on, man. You got to be kidding me right now, right? But nobody wants to hear that because it makes too much sense. See, I'm a coon because I mentioned it. I'm not a coon because I'm telling a lie. Did you get that? I'm not a coon. I wouldn't be called a coon by them because I'm telling a lie. I'll be called a coon by them simply because, what? I'm sharing information about another black man, and I should keep my mouth shut because he's black. That makes no sense. To continue letting somebody rip you off and never warn you about it? Whose side are you on? You're not even on your own side. Most of you, you don't even stick up for yourself. I'm sticking up for you more than what you stick up for your own self. That's crazy. That's just terrible to me. You won't even stick up for yourself because you want to jump on the bandwagon. Tariq Nasheed has 85,000 subscribers, so I should be 85,001. What are you getting out of it? Is what my question would be to any of you, any of the supporters that support Tariq Nasheed. What are you getting out of it? And don't just make up something to say that sounds good. Be honest, tell the truth, because the truth would be nothing. You're not getting a damn thing out of it. But he is getting plenty out of it. You keeping that nigga alive. The status that he has right now, he owes to all of you. He didn't build it himself. Because without you, he wouldn't have that status, and you know it. Start using common sense, please. Start using your intelligence and stop letting these people bamboozle you. They only care about the money. Again, let's go back to this contradiction called AdSense. See, these AdSense junkies don't want you to hear this. They really don't. They can't live without AdSense. They have proven me right about that particular thing over and over and over again. When YouTube decides to terminate them, what happens? They come back sometimes the same damn day with 2 and 3 new channels, monetizing all over again. But you claim to hate these people that you receive checks from. Now, who is the agent? Who is the person that's hiding behind the mask? Because now, let's get this straight now. I want you to really understand what's happening here. Tariq Nasheed is talking shit about YouTube, talking shit about Donald Trump and the government, talking shit about any and everybody that just happens to be white so that it fits his white supremacist narrative. Okay? Now, listen, these same people are in control of the same things that he depends on financially. He don't mind receiving money from them, but then he wants you to think that he is so much against them. If he really was against these people, there's no way in hell he would be collecting checks from them. Come on now. Am I right about it or am I wrong? Those of you that would call me wrong, of course, because you support Tariq Nasheed no matter what. Even if it sounds crazy to you. And it should sound crazy to you. Because number one, you're not getting anything out of it. Nothing. Nothing. You're not getting nothing out of it. Day in and day out. You're doing all the work for him. Giving him the money that he needs to live a certain lifestyle. And all he has to do every once in a while is what? Talk about white supremacy. Call people coons. Call out a few names here and there. And you flock toward him like a flock of fucking dirty ass sheep. To listen to him host a conversation. You're paying him to host a conversation. Jesus Christ. No wonder we are headed for total destruction. We're nearly there right now. You know what? Most of you, you're not going to make it. It's the main reason that I'm doing this video, because I'm giving you a hardcore warning. Most of you are not going to make it, and it's going to be your own fault. I can promise you that. I can guarantee you that. It's going to be your own fault. You see what's happening out here? This is no joke. It's not fake news that people are fucking dying, okay? Because somebody just happens to want to kill black people today. It's really happening. And the next ones could be you. How are you going to defend yourselves against these crazy ass people? You can't defend yourself by listening to Tariq Nasheed. He's not offering you a solution to stopping this. He's just hosting a conversation to talk about it. At the end of the day, what is accomplished when it comes to white supremacy that he talks about all the time? At the end of the day, after all these videos that he hosts, what's different by the end of it? What's fucking different by the end of it? Nothing is different. The only thing that changes is your financial status, because you're giving him your money and you have less of the money that you have worked hard for because of your stupidity, your ignorance. You can't see game when game is being played on you, when game is being used against you. All they do is host conversations. Every bad thing that happens, something could happen tomorrow. And then they'll start creating videos about it. And you'll start handing them money. Why not give that same amount of money to the victims' families? Why not give that money to where it's needed in the first place? Why do we need to give millions of dollars to Tariq Nasheed when Tariq Nasheed isn't doing anything but hosting conversations and using somebody else's platform at that? He's too cheap to even obtain a website and only strictly use that. How you gonna talk shit about a platform that you use every day? How you gonna talk shit about a people that you receive checks from every month? Come on, man. Ain't no fool over here. Ain't no ignorant person over here. They consider me a threat because of the truth that I'm giving you. I'm telling you, people like Tariq Nasheed, they report me daily to YouTube. And they hope and pray YouTube just terminates me. They hope and pray because I'm the biggest threat to them. But see, really, I'm not the biggest threat to them. You know what's the biggest threat to them? The truth is. Because the truth is undeniable. You can't lie on the truth. You can try, but it's going to sound silly. It's going to be ignorance to even try it. If the sky is blue, the sky is blue. You can't say that sky is black when it's blue. That makes no sense. And who would dare try something like that? Who would dare try something like that? He would have to be an ignorant, stupid person. This whole contradiction, it should be the main reason that you're not supporting people like Tariq Nasheed. But let me give you something else. He knew years ago that Umar Johnson was a fraud. He knew that Umar Johnson wasn't right. He even admitted it and said, I apologize because I should have told y'all years ago. He admitted that he knew years prior to him admitting that this man is a fraud. He waited until they fell out. He waited until they had major disagreements, and then he wants to call him out and say, oh, by the way, Umar Johnson is a fraud, and I've known it for years. What? Wait a minute. Whoa, wait a minute. And you still trust this nigga? You still trust him? How many more lies? What other information is he withholding from you? Huh? If he withheld that, what else could he withhold from you? It could be anything else. But you still trust him? This is ignorance at its peak, ladies and gentlemen. No wonder we are in the rut that we are in right now. These people, I'm telling you, the ignorance that they carry is tremendous. I'm almost ashamed to even call them my brothers and sisters. I have to because they are. I can't change that, but I'm ashamed to. I'm ashamed to. They still trust the person that admitted, you know what? I lied about Umar Johnson. I withheld information and I just let things go. What? You gave Umar Johnson money because Tariq Nasheed co-signed him. Huh? But then he comes back later and say, hey, listen, I've known all these years that this man was a fraud, but now I'm willing to tell you. After the fact, after you have given this man thousands of dollars, he almost made it to collecting over $1 million for the school that would never be built. Even Tariq Nasheed admitted that. And you mean to tell me that you still trust this big-headed ass nigga? You gotta be kidding me. You have got to be kidding me. Who is the agent? Who is leading our people to destruction? Tariq Nasheed is. He keeps on blaming it on white supremacy, but he is doing just as bad as white supremacy ever did. Am I right about it? Withholding information, taking money from us? I mean, what other bad thing needs to happen that he's responsible for before you say, okay, you know what? I need to stop supporting this nigga. You dumb old Dumbo ass niggas. Damn. I just can't believe this. I just simply cannot believe you are still trusting this nigga. Even after all that. And that's just a third of the information that I've been sharing with you for many years about this nigga. The truth happens to be the truth. Not my opinion or speculation or I think or it might be. No, this is the fucking truth. Because I've proved it to you time and time again. When one of his supporters run to the comment section, they can't call me wrong. So they have to take the route of calling me names. Writing derogatory things inside of the comment section because they can't call me wrong. They can't go against what I'm saying. So what they want you to get from them ranting inside the comment section is I shouldn't say anything against a black man. No matter if he's wrong or right, I shouldn't say nothing. I should just let him continue doing what he do. Let him continue ripping you off. simply because he's black. You know, I have to warn you. In the near future, I'm telling you, things are going to get worse for a whole lot of people. Keep your eyes and ears open. And you gotta listen, just be careful everywhere you go. Nowhere is safe now. The places that you thought that were your safe haven, even your home, it's not safe anymore. And really, it never was safe. We had this notion that it was because nothing had happened. But tell that to some of the victims and some of the victims' families that's having to go through death in their families because of some crazy person that decided to wake up one morning and say, you know what, I want to kill some black people today. Whether or not this is a conspiracy or it's a part of a greater agenda, nonetheless, black people are dying, and they shouldn't be. Recently, 72 hours ago, those black people that were inside the grocery store, Kroger, I believe it was, they shouldn't be dead. They should still be alive. But because we don't hold security top priority, these people are dead. Their blood is on all of our hands. Not just Tariq Nasheed or these fucking bum-ass frauds, but all of our hands. Because we don't have to support Tariq Nasheed. We don't have to support Umar Johnson. We don't have to support Brother Polite and all these conversation junkies. Because that's all they want to do is just talk about every bad thing that happens.